Culture of Haiti. The culture of Haiti is an eclectic mix of African, Taino and European elements due to the French colonization of Saint Domingue and its large and diverse enslaved African population, as is evidenced in the Haitian language, music, and religion. Art. Brilliant colors, naive perspective, and sly humor characterize Haitian art. Vague, delectable foods and lush landscapes are favorite subjects in this land. Going to market is the most social activity of country life and figures prominently into the subject matter. Jungle animals, rituals, dances, and gods evoke the African past. Artists paint and fable as well. People are disguised as animals and animals are transformed into people. Symbols take on great meaning. For example, a rooster often represents Aristide, and the red and blue colors of the flag of Haiti often represent his Lavalas party. Many artists cluster in school of painting, such as the Cap Haitian School, which features depictions of daily life in the city, the Jacmel School, which reflects the steep mountains and bays of that coastal town, or the Saint Solil School, which is characterized by abstracted human forms and is heavily influenced by Vodou symbolism. Architecture. Haiti's most famous monuments are the Sans Souci Palace and the Citadel La Fourrière, inscribed as a World Heritage Site in 1982. Situated in the northern Massif de la Haute, in one of Haiti's national parks, the structures date from the early 19th century. The buildings were among the first to be built after Haiti's independence from France. Jacmel, the colonial city, that was tentatively accepted as a World Heritage Site, is reported to be extensively damaged by the 2010 Haiti earthquake. Since the earthquake of 2010, architecture has taken a huge turn. With damages at an estimated $10 million, architectural measures were taken immediately. Directly after the earthquake, Article 25 of the UK gained about 350 architects in 2010 looking to help rebuild Haiti. There was also a great effort made by the US through the Architecture for Humanity effort that was initiated after the earthquake. The architecture style became very reasonable and involved minimalistic and functional style to help rebuild the damage in the most efficient way possible. There has also been a strong initiative to build more open-air clinics that are designed with health precautions as a huge priority. Cuisine. The French influences in Haiti are present in their cuisine, but more so it is representative of their location in the Caribbean. They do, however, have their own flavor as a result of the lack of Spanish influence on their island compared to others in the Caribbean. The cooking style used in Haiti is predominantly Creole and includes heavy use of pepper in the majority of their dishes. A main staple in Haiti is starch, and many of their dishes include potatoes, rice, corn, beans, and plantains. There is also a strong presence of tropical fruits in their cuisine due to their ability to grow in the tropical climate. This includes pineapples, coconuts, mangoes, and other fruits that are used for many dishes and beverages. Food also has importance in religious and status symbol type forms. Foods that are considered delicacies in Haiti include French-inspired cheeses and meats and are a symbol of money and power. Typically, these types of meals are only served in the richest part of Haiti, namely in the capital of Port-au-Prince. As far as religious meals go, the Catholics in Haiti typically enjoy more elaborate meals during Christmas Eve. Fashion. In Haiti, the quadrille dress is called a carré-bleu dress. Traditional male attire for dances, weddings, and other formal wear is the linen shirt jacket. Festivals. The most festive time of the year in Haiti is during Carnival, referred to as Carnaval in Haitian Creole, or Mardi Gras. The festivities start in February. The cities are filled with music, parade floats, and people dancing and singing in the streets. Carnival week is traditionally a time of all-night parties and escape from daily life. This is a significant time for Haitian musicians for an opportunity to showcase their talents and expand their audience by performing for carnival crowds. Rara, a festival which occurs before Easter, is celebrated by a significant number of the population as well, and its celebration has been led to it becoming a style of carnival music. Many of the youth also attend parties and enjoy themselves at nightclubs called discos, pronounced disco not like the discos of the US, and attend bal. This term derives from the word ballad, and these events are often celebrated by crowds of many people. Folklore and mythology. Haiti is known for its rich folklore traditions. The country has many magical tales that are part of the Haitian Vodou tradition. The Haitian dictator Papa Doc was a strong believer in the country's folklore and used elements of it to guide his brutal rule of the country. Literature. The first document of Haitian literature is the collective text Acte de l'Indépendance de la République de Haiti, Haitian Declaration of Independence. Since then, Haitian literary culture has been ever-growing and vibrant, recognized both at home and abroad with award-winning authors and large-scale literary events locally and internationally. Music and dance. Haitian music combines a wide range of influences drawn from the many people who have settled on this Caribbean island. It reflects French, African rhythms, Spanish elements, and others who have inhabited the island of Hispaniola and minor native Taino influences. Styles of music unique to the nation of Haiti include music derived from Vodou ceremonial traditions, Rara parading music, Tuyubadu ballads, mini jazz rock bands, Racine movement, hip-hop Creole, the wildly popular compaz, and meringue as its basic rhythm. Very popular today is compaz, short for compaz direct, made popular by Nemours Jean-Baptiste on a recording released in 1955. The name derives from compaz, the Spanish word meaning rhythm or tones. It involves mostly medium to fast tempo beats with an emphasis on electric guitars, synthesizers, and either a solo alto saxophone, a horn section, or the synthesizer equivalent. In Creole, it is spelled as compa d'arc or simply compa. It is commonly spelled as it is pronounced as compa. Dancing is an important part of Haitian life. In the case of Vodou, the religious experience of spirit possession is usually accompanied by dancing, singing, and drumming. Carnival and Rara celebrations feature exuberant dancing and movement in the streets. Dancing is also a social activity, used for celebrations such as church socials and informal parties, as well as evenings out with friends. In small restaurants, social dance music is provided by relatively small tuyubadu groups, while larger clubs with big dance floors often feature dance bands reminiscent of the American big bands in size. Social dance music has been one of the most heavily creolized music forms in Haiti. European dance forms such as the contradance, contradance, quadrille, waltz, and polka were introduced to white planter audiences during the colonial period. Musicians, either slaves or freed people of color, learned the European dance forms and adapted them for their own use. One of the most popular African-influenced dance styles was the meringue in Creole. Along with the carabinier, the meringue was a favorite dance style of the Haitian elite and was a regular feature at elite dances. The Haitian expression, meringue ouvre bal, meringue fin bas, the meringue opens the ball, the meringue closes the ball alludes to the popularity and ubiquity of the meringue as an elite entertainment. In 19th century Haiti, the ability to dance the meringue, as well as a host of other dances, was considered a sign of good breeding. Like other creolized dance styles, the meringue was claimed by both elite and proletarian Haitian audiences as a representative expression of Haitian cultural values. Religion. Haiti is similar to the rest of Latin America, in that it is a predominantly Christian country, with 80% Roman Catholic and approximately 16% professing Protestantism. Small population of Muslims. Hindus exist in the country, principally in the capital of Port-au-Prince. Vodou, encompassing several different traditions, consists of a mix of Central and Western African, European, and Native American Taino religions is also widely practiced, despite the negative stigma that it carries both in and out of the country. The exact number of Vodou practitioners is unknown, however. It is believed that a large amount of the population practice it, often alongside their Christian faith. Some secular Christians also have been known to participate in some rituals, although indirectly. Social etiquette. Sports. Football is the most popular sport in Haiti, though basketball is growing in popularity. Hundreds of small football clubs compete at the local level. Stade Silvio Cater is the multi-purpose stadium in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, where it is currently used mostly for association football matches that fits a capacity of 30,000 people. Haitian football player Joseph Guichens played for the United States national team in the 1950 FIFA World Cup. In the early 20th century, it was reported that cockfighting was also a popular sport, though its popularity has since faded. Traditional knowledge. Haiti's traditional knowledge found its first prominent champion in the ethnographer Jean Price Mars, whose seminal So Spoke the Uncle in French Ainsi Parle a l'Oncle argued in favor of a greater respect and appreciation of Haiti's African-rooted, largely oral-based peasant culture. Since then, numerous authors and thinkers have documented the country's rich and complex traditional knowledge, whether it be in its approach to education